exciting was that, madam? Oh, 45-year-old woman running across a room. Hello and welcome to Bright Club, Southampton. That wasn't wooey enough, I don't think. The wooing was quite good from you, sir, looking a bit louche on the sofa there, but not enough wooing from the rest of you. Welcome to Bright Club, Southampton. Into it there, madam, liked that. So this is where researchers become comedians. Yes, that's what's going to happen. We've got a bit of history. History, anyone? No? Well, he's going to have a hard gig. Bit of evolutionary biology, perhaps later. Oh, you see, that's a bit more popular. Bit of archaeology, maybe. So, well, anyway, they're going to talk about their areas of research and make it lovely and funny and very, very interesting as well. I've compared one or two of these events and they're very, very, very fantastic. And I'll be chatting to you in between as well. We've got a fantastic headliner at the end of the night, Johnny Bill, as well. So, and we will have an interval as well when you can get more drinks. So we're going to have 3 researchers in this section, 2 in the final one, and our fantastic headliner. And my area of research is how we will manage to tune out the slightly irritating music downstairs. But it won't take us long to actually forget that is there. It will take us all of about 20 seconds, and we will have zoned out of that. My area of research is how much more money I would have been earning if I had stuck with my engineering degree. Yes, probably quite a lot, but there we go. I have chosen to do this and entertain people, do a bit of comedy instead. But I'll tell you, it is quite nice doing. These are quite clever sort of thinking gigs. You know, look at all you sexy sort of clever people. You know, clever people with your spectacles on. You know, yes, and because how many people are from the university? Oh, it's a hands up, is it? It's a show of hands. It's like class, isn't it? I mean, we're not going to shout out, miss. But I noticed you've got your stickers over there for university and public. And I heard that last month that the university stickers were arranged in a very orderly grid. Like a sort of periodic table. A bit more random distribution this month. So I'm glad to see that. A bit more anarchic. Good. So I will show you what happens. It is nice, like I say, to be at this kind of event, because what can happen when you do the comedy nights in London, because I've come from London. Anyone been to London? Yeah. It's only about an hour on the train. Amazing. I thought Southampton was miles away. But I tell you what happens when I do some of the comedy nights in that London. And you can turn up at the venue, right? And then the poster that the promoter has made looks suspiciously like one of the other acts has murdered me. Look at that. Doesn't it look like that? Have you seen this man? He's killed this woman. There she is enjoying her final walk in the park. It's a lovely, lovely sunny day. So yeah, that spooked me out a little bit. But when I was on the train coming up from London, I noticed, everyone was getting out their gadgets, the new technology, all the iPods and iPads and things out of their little eye bags with their eye hands. Because I don't know, we probably like technology here, don't we? But I do, but I worry about it taking over, the human beings being obsolete when the robots just take over and take all our jobs. So it has made me want to embrace some of the old stuff. So, for example, when I was on the train, the woman next to me got out her Kindle. I got out my Bayer tapestry. Unravelled it. It's quite a boring one, actually. I haven't got to the bit yet where he gets the arrow in the eye. You're not reading the same Bayer tapestry as me. So that's probably a bit of a spoiler. There, isn't it? So I have done a little bit of comedy around the science of sexual attraction and sexuality. All that kind of sexy stuff. I've got here a photo of 2 of my favourite sex researchers. Does anyone know who these 2 are?
Johnson and Johnson.
Well, Masters and Johnson, I was going to say, but they did become a couple. So yes. So Masters and Johnson, and they were the first people to say, well, amongst many other discoveries, they were the first people to say that for a woman to have an orgasm, a penis was not necessary. A discovery that I think she looks slightly happier about than him in this particular photograph. No, I do like studying. I like studying the body language between couples. A bit of touching going on here. Everyone's like, "Oh, what's going on down there?" Sexy stuff. But do we? Yes. This is the sexy alcove, isn't it? Sexy alcove full of plastic plants. You know, what else? What more do you need? It's a veritable orgy over here. They've all got special passes on, like you've just been released from somewhere. What does that mean? So yes. So do we have people in relationships, Chair? Yeah. Well, not going well. I love it. You know, you see a couple, one of them is shorter than the other. I always found myself fascinated and thinking, how did they get together? Did their eyes meet across a seesaw? And height difference is scientifically interesting. I don't know if you know this, because men often go for a woman who's shorter, women go for a man who's taller. Evens out in heterosexual relationships. But did you know in the gay world, these desires men and women have for a taller partner actually carry over? So it's quite hard for a short lesbian like me to catch the eye of a slightly taller lesbian, because she's looking for a taller lesbian than them, and carries on and on. In the spiral. And in some ways, I'm worried about the future when maybe two gay people will be able to create a baby together, because think about it, runaway evolutionary theory would mean that lesbians would evolve and get taller and taller and taller and taller and taller and taller. Gay men would get shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. So we couldn't possibly all coexist in the same society, could we? It would be ridiculous. People would be like, oh, the lesbians are coming. They're going to crush us with their giant Dr. Martens. Pick up that little teeny tiny gay man. He can't run very fast. Those tiny legs. Yeah, some Darwinian theory. Yes, and I haven't always been open about being gay. Of course, now everyone's a bit gay, aren't they? Frankly, it's been ruined. We used to be our own little secret. Now we've got to get married and all of that. Oh, dear. You know, I always said, who cares about being left on the shelf when the shelf is piled high with drugs? You know, that's just me. That's just me. So, I am going to be getting up in between the researchers this evening, and we'll have a bit more of a chat. One thing, being interested in the science of attraction and relationships, I do quite like kissing, and you know, there's all sorts of theories about what the origins of kissing are. You know, are we sussing out each other's sort of immune systems and all that kind of thing? How many people actually like kissing? So, sort of through a bit of a gap in the middle there. So, no, straight to the sex. Sorry, I'm not meaning just you. No, but I love it. And my favourite line in the book, The Joy of Sex, actually, is in the chapter about kissing, and it says, a good mouth-to-mouth kiss should leave its recipient breathless, but not asphyxiated. So, you know, I want you to sort of bear that in mind this evening, because I've heard, you know, you academics, you know, you can be a bit sexy, a bit fruity. Am I right? Yeah! Oh, you kind of went, yeah! In a kind of slightly menacing way. Yeah, okay, so in fact, maybe we'll sort of start the applause for the first act with you. What's your name, sir? Alan. That's sort of, it wasn't as exciting as I was hoping. But what do you do, Alan?
I'm a researcher at university.
Research? Wow! I would have never... I would have never guessed that. What area, Alan?
Engineering.
Yeah, good. I didn't stick at it. I should have. Are you earning more money than me? Well, you will be. You will be, probably. You will be. Probably earning about the same at the moment. So, how was the interval? Everyone very good for this lady with a large glass of rosé. Yes, that always helps, doesn't it? So yes, here we are again. There has been quite a sort of lot of sex and relationships kind of chatter, hasn't there, this evening? And I've looked at how, of course, relationships go in 3 distinct stages. How we have lust, romantic love, and attachment. Lots of different hormones and brain systems engaged with those, and how they're not necessarily all that linked to one another. Those different stages. They actually looked at how long it takes in marmosets for the sex to die off. It takes 80 days, apparently. 80 days, yeah. Ooh, that was about right from when I was last dating a marmoset. It was, yeah, lovely little thing. Broke my heart, yes. And then, of course, we have romantic love, which we all think that's wonderful. We associate that with all the love songs, amazing stage, because it's all about dopamine, isn't it? And the oldest collection of love songs actually dates back to 1300 BC, and I actually have one of them here on ancient Egyptian papyrus. Not a piece of paper I soaked in tea bags in my kitchen. And it says, "'Cause I am your lady, and you are my man. Whenever you reach for me, I'm going to do all that I can." Sounds a little bit familiar. I never knew that Jennifer Rush song was actually an ancient Egyptian song. But what I've been doing is I've been going around actually collecting a good old graphs of people's relationships, a graph of their relationship happiness against time on my little sketch pad here. So I think I'd like to find someone who's in a longish term. Well, I say longish because I don't have much hope for you. Longish, a week will do. And a longish term relationship, and we'll study the ups and downs. You're pointing, your friend has pointed at you, sir. You must be in a long-term relationship because your partner isn't here. It's usually a giveaway, isn't it? I remember one married couple, they both turned up at my Edinburgh Fringe show. They were both really pissed off. They were both like, "Oh God, you're here." Their schedules had gone wrong. Who is your lovely partner? What's her name? Angela. Angela, where is Angela? Oh right. God, I'm so glad she's not dead or something. It's like, everyone's thinking, "Oh God, no, Rosie, no." So she's at home. Right? And she's well. She's having a great time. I mean, not like shagging someone else or anything like that. But I'm sorry, what's your name? Look, how long have you been with Angela?
2 days, 13 years.
Unlucky. Yeah, 13 You're really applauding, aren't you? Like, you can't comprehend such a 13 years. I only had 13 days. So 13 years. And how is it going well? Are you married? Not married, no. Wise, yeah, probably wise. And but you live together? You live together? Because sometimes I think the mystery can go if you live together, can't it? Especially if you're the one who has to get up earlier than the other. If your partner is self-employed or lazy. And there's always a part of you that wants to be good, letting them stay in their beautiful dream world where they are lying there thinking about the woman from upstairs. And there's another part of you who really resents them staying asleep while you've got to go to work. So you always pop about the room, getting dressed, popping little socks and pants on, little socks and pants, and then you just, fuck it, you rustle some plastic bags. But anyway, I would like to see your graph of your relationship with Angela, wouldn't everyone else? Let's give him a round of applause. I'll come to you. Oh, I'd take the top off for you. Anyway. that has gone uncommented on. So how did it start? I was always surprised when some people do this. They start really, really low, like it was just they were in the pits of despair.
Zero, right? It's just they have to go through it.
At the beginning of a relationship, surely it's good, isn't it? Isn't it all happy? I don't know. I mean, you know, some people. I think, well, they were just in the pits of despair, and there was one other person I thought, God, you'll do. Good job she's not here. Yeah. So, okay, well, what do we think? What do we think? Oh, so it was middling. Yeah. Middling at the start. And then, oh, it went up, and then, a mountain. Oh, lovely mountain range. That's sort of dropped my. That's nice, isn't it? That's beautiful, lovely sort of mountain range. There's no right or wrong with this. There's no right or wrong with this jungle. I'm just gonna rip yours off. No right or wrong. But you know what often happens? We do start off happy, don't we? You were saying, yeah, you know, because you know all those hormones are surging through the brain. You know, we're off the scale, aren't we? You know, we're going crazy. We're mad. Freud described it as a temporary psychosis. And then, you know, we get acclimatized to those drugs, and happiness sort of slips down and down and down and down to a low point, which typically here at 3 years. That's when my relationship ended, actually. My last relationship ended because I suggested we try some boundary exercises I found in a relationship book. I was sitting cross-legged on the floor inside my boundary, which was a hula hoop, not the crisp. And she was sitting cross-legged inside her boundary, which was the South Circular Ring Road. Yeah. But what often happens is, you know, we should push through this difficult period, because what often happens is the happiness shoots up as the couple get to know each other at a deeper, more profound level. And many couples actually repeat this cycle. Another low point. They're a very scientific graph of a relationship. They're very, very, very scientific. Very, very scientific. And actually, one woman, when I did a gig in Colchester recently, and one woman, she actually drew this. But I don't really even understand this graph, because she would have had to go back in time. So I think my graph is scientifically better, actually. But no, I do live with my partner now as well, and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about it, but we do have what is quite fun. We have an eccentric neighbour who we sometimes flat sit for, and she's always paranoid about getting her keys cut, so she always hides the keys in a really elaborate hiding place. Then sends me a text message about where that is. Go to the cupboard around the side of the house where the electricity meters are. Reach up onto the high shelf for a cracked flower pot. In the flower pot you'll find a gardening glove. Inside the gardening glove will be the first in a series of riddles. You'll need a compass, a spade, a map of the local area, and a Latin dictionary. Good luck.